Okay, team, 22.5 is a repeat of 22.3. So we're bringing you some strategies, some tips and tricks, and just revisiting some of those standards. You may have done it in 2022. If you haven't, this is your first time. So this is your chance to learn what you need to do, or just look back at what you did and try and improve yourself a little bit. So we're going to start off with some standards and a little bit of a look at the movements you are doing.
Yeah, let's start off with the new jumping pull-up standard just to begin. This is super important. It's changed. The standard, as Joe and I are demonstrating, is now 6 inches above your head. So make sure you got that right. Next, let's look at the thruster. Depth and lockout are super important. Coach Jar is going to demo here. The rep starts at the top. We want to see clearly that the hip is parallel below the knee. And then as Jar stands up, she's going to stand to full extension. Elbows, shoulders, hips, and knees.
One more.
Let's do another one.
Good. At the top here as well, you see that Jar's making it clear, but she's not excessively leaning backwards or sticking her head through. This is going to waste a lot of energy. Okay, just making sure that she's stacked in line and ready for that next rep.
Cool.
Perfect.
Next up, pull-ups. We want them to be very clear that you're getting your chin over the bar, or on chest to bar, that you're hitting just below the collarbone or the clavicle. What we see a lot, especially in the pull-ups, is people excessively going a little bit too high, and therefore that is a waste of energy that they could be conserving. So make sure you just do enough that it's clear that you're over the bar, but to meet the standards. Don't go too high to save the energy. Anything on that, Toby?
Yeah, on that as well with the pull-ups, just remember you can use gymnastics grips, you can use tape, but you can't use them together. So no tape and gymnastics grips. No getting a little advantage there and trying to get away with it.
We've got a little tip or a little trick for you to do with your gymnastics, which we'll come on to later.
Perfect. Strategy.
Multiple bars.
Oh, sorry, last one, multiple bars. Yeah. Multiple bars. You're allowed to use them, so use them. If you've got the space, if you've got the time to have someone help you set them up before the workout, then use 3 because it's going to be way, way more efficient for you in the long run. So talking about efficiency, we're going to look at strategy. The big thing with this, unless you are in that top 1% and you are looking at going unbroken or sprinting the whole thing, which this guy might be doing, okay?
I'll do my best.
Have sensible breaks. Break up those gymnastic skills early or break up those thrusters early if you need to. One rule that I've seen quite a lot and I actually really like is the 30% rule. So never do more than 30% of what your max set would be. So for example, if my max set of pull-ups is only 15, I shouldn't do a set of more than 5 at any point in that workout. Same with the thrusters. And that helps you to understand your limiter. So again, if it is your thrusters, then it's a strength element. If it's your skill of your gymnastics, or if it's the skill of your double unders, know what's going to hold you back, know how far through the workout you're going to be before you reach that, and make sensible choices leading into it. If the thrusters are hard and heavy, you might want to break them up a little bit more and attack the pull-up, and vice versa. If double unders are easy for you, use them as a chance to breathe so that you can make sensible breaks on your pull-ups and thruster. Anything on that? Yes, go.
Yeah, on the limiter, guys, you can get a really good score by going singles, especially on the gymnastics. Don't feel like you need to hang on for a big set, which is just going to take you close to failure and is going to affect you for the rest of the workout. Quick singles is a good strategy for a lot of people.
Last thing on singles. We normally say don't look at the leaderboard, don't worry about the leaderboard. 1 repetition of the gymnastics element will get you thousands of places worldwide if you're in there. So break early and hit that 1 more rep. Just get 1 more rep because it is going to make a big difference on this one. And the last thing on strategy is transitions. And again, this relates to those breaks. There are a lot of transitions. You're moving from the bar to the double unders, to the thrusters, to the pull-ups again. So you want to make those transitions quick. In order to do that, we need to conserve energy, so we need to make sensible breaks, okay? Last but not least, tips and tricks. Okay, so Coach Jar is going to lead on this one.
All right, so for the tips and tricks, the first one is on your rope. So try, after you finish the last double under, don't just throw your rope around, place it down nicely, right? So you are ready to use it on the next time. And second one is, if you try to break on the gymnastic, put the bar or the bench next to or underneath your pull-up bar. So once you finish the last rep, or when the last rep of breaking up, you come back to the box, come back to the bench instead of jumping on the floor, going up every single time.
Yeah.
And third one, you are allowed to use 3 bars, so just do 3 bars. You don't need to put the weight in and out, that's waste the time. Right? And the next
Shoelace.
one is, yes, double tie your shoelace. Don't trip on your own shoelace. Don't let it come off. And don't use that as excuse to rest. All right? You can rest anywhere.
That's that golden rule, that control the controllables. Do your shoelaces up. That's easy. You can win that from the word go.
Correct.
Exactly. And lastly, on the thruster, so the first rep that you pick the bar up, be mindful of the weight on the bar. If you feel like that's heavy for you, you can just power clean it up, set up nicely, and do thruster. You don't need to try to like squat, clean right into the depth squat. So see how you feel with the weight on the bar.
Awesome. Love it.
Last one, don't forget your tie break time, okay? It is after your thrusters, okay? So you go pull-ups, double unders. When you finish that 21st thruster, record that time. When you finish the 18th thruster, record that time. If you finish the 15th thruster, or you finish the workout, so hopefully you're going to be recording that one. But anything else to add on those, or are you fairly happy?
No, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's all we have.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If you are on our Add a Coach, our premium subscription, then make sure you reach out to your coach, because they're going to have an individualized plan for you. Also check out your inbox, because we're going to be sending over the warm-up. We're going to have that in the app anyway, but we're just going to put a few more little tips and tricks in there. So make sure you read it before you do it. And let's crush 25.2.
Have fun.